fun begins.
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Welcome to the party, pal!
All right. Hello, guys. How are you doing? Hope everything is going well. Hopefully you can hear me well. Thank you for coming, stopping by for my 118 3.75 toy talk. You guys hear me okay? Looks like it's working. I'm still feel like I'm new at this. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. I think I've got a pretty good little show for you guys tonight. Try to go at least an hour, maybe more. Hear you fine? Thank you, Bob. Thank you. We'll try to go at least an hour. I've got some news here. It's not too much, but a few things here. The volume is good off the bat. All right. I know. I finally got that one right. I thought I did, but I'm glad that, thanks for letting me know. 5 for 5. Yeah, so I think I got a pretty good show for you tonight. Not a lot of news, but there's some news. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Hopefully you guys want to hear me talk about it, but there's always going to be time at the end of the show to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't have much of a topic tonight. It's more of a conversation. I wanted to bring something up. There's just not much to it, but there is some news I want to talk about. But let me say hello to everyone. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. All right, Ian. Hello, Ian. How are you doing, Mudhorn Station? And Bjorn, I saw Bjorn. Beta Bob, thank you. Jabalong Jeff, how are you, Jeff? Good to see you. Hello, hello. You heard all the cool people would be here. Well, it's definitely in the chat then. It's not on this side of the camera. Because it's hot. Yeah, we've been really hot over here, man. This week was probably the hottest week this summer so far. We had a couple 104, 105 hot days, man. Yeah, the cool people are definitely in the chat today. Thank you guys for coming. So I've been trying to be busy on the channel. I hope you guys have noticed. I've been trying to create as much content as I can with the time that I have. And I think I did pretty good this last 2 weeks. Does feel like it's been a long time since we've been here, but it's just 2 weeks like it's always been. Tech 489, how are you doing? Yo, yo, yo. But hello and welcome back. So yeah, I did 5 videos in the last 2 weeks and I did 1 live stream. If you guys were here, so I know some of you guys were here, I did a live stream, a random live stream on Saturday, midday, and I just kind of opened up stuff and just kind of talked and hung out. We didn't talk news much. It was just kind of a hangout, a 118 hangout. So I might do that again. I think this next Saturday, kind of trying to do those in between this show. That way I still come on it once a week. So we did do that. So that was kind of different. I used the YouTube streaming kind of studio rather than this system that I use here. So it was a little different. I kind of forgot how to use it. But it was fun. It was fun. So thank you for you guys who came out. If you haven't got a chance to watch that, give it a try if you want. It was fun. I opened up a whole bunch of stuff, and I've got more stuff to open. I've been doing really good at cleaning out my collection and opening stuff that's been sitting around a long time. That Saturday really helped. Ramble about toys works for me. All right, perfect. Well, you're in the right spot, Ian. You're in the right spot. I'm good, Tech. I'm doing really well. Will, welcome, Rocket. Rocket Will, that's you, right? Thanks for coming. Good to see you out there. So yeah, 5 videos. We did the level 7 toys, the detective, Batman, the detective. Did do that video on that. Thank you, Bob, for scoring that figure for me from Joe Fest. I think hands down, probably the best Batman figure there is right now at 118. He is not cheap though, but I think he's well worth the price. And I tried to do in that video, I know it was crude. I tried to do like a little stop motion kind of thing, and I don't know, would you call it stop motion? I don't know if you'd even call it stop motion. I'm being very liberal with that term because I've seen guys really do it. But I did try to do a little Batman fight scene in there. What else did I do? We did the Bandai Golden Frieza. I think that's how you say it. Working on my Figtober Lego figures tomorrow. All right. I'll have to photo all the figs first, or I will never get the original bits back together. You have to remember how to put them back. Yeah, it is Rockets. I thought that was you, Rocket. Welcome, welcome. I did a video on something completely out of my wheelhouse. It was the Golden Frieza, a Dragon Ball figure that I've had for a few years. I don't know why I never opened it, but I did open it. He's really fun. He's real little. He was fun to photograph. I tried this last couple weeks to try to get back to taking more photos, although I didn't post them on Instagram, and I really should have double posted. But I was very determined to try to get, 5-6 videos out, and I only have so much time, so I really focused on that. 'Tis I, Leclerc. Probably wing it this year and do everything last minute. Okay. What did the TMT figures? Oh, you did the TMT figure. Yeah, I did. I did that one. That was the one I dropped yesterday. That was more of a commentary video. I just wanted to talk about something. I know, Ian, you said earlier you want to ramble. You like rambling about toys. So that video was a ramble. I just wanted to talk about them because I like them so much, and I felt like it was too late to do a review. And so many people have done really good reviews on them already. I just wanted to kind of talk about them and express how much I liked them and tell you guys why. So that's what that video was, and those are really good figures, guys. If you get a chance, I would try to get at least just one. I know it's not easy to get them, especially here in the States, but if you could, I think you will not regret it. They're very good figures. I like to get about a dozen done ahead of time, which would be 12 more than I did last year. Missed it last year, man. Let's see. I did a DC Metal Force Transforming Batman. I did a Spin Master vehicle. The video got a lot of views. I was surprised at how many views it got. The Spin Master stuff seems to do really well on my channel. After it, it's one of those things, guys, and I cannot figure YouTube out. And I know it's not a frustration, but I didn't even put as much time into the DC Metal Force Transforming Batman video as I did the level 7, the Dragon Ball. What else did I did? I did Han Solo's Speeder. That was another video I did, and I took photos and I got music, and I spent a lot of time. The DC Metalverse one, I just kind of shot it as a straight video. That video did like quadruple the amount of views and people, that the other videos did. I guess I just don't know my audience. It was a great line. Yeah, it was a great line. Yeah. But that video came out. It's a really good fun little vehicle. I guess it's not little though. They could improve it a little bit, but I think for like $25, you get 2 figures, 2 of the cards, like collector cards, and you get the vehicle. It's a really good deal. And I could see that. I've actually been thinking about, like, in my world, that is actually like a Cobra prototype jet fighter that Mars Industries kind of been working on. And I was trying to figure out, I wanted to use that Batwing in my G.I. Joe world. That was one of the things I have been thinking about setting up and trying to do some photos on. after that video. But it's a fun vehicle. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, please check them out. The next 2 weeks, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, guys. I've had this idea, and let me know if this is something that you want to see. Affordable figures, playsets, and vehicles. TVC can learn a few things. Yes, they could. Yes, they could. That's a lot of plastic, and I think a lot of fun for 25 bucks. And I only paid 21 because I got it on sale. But you're right, Ian. I think you're right about that. Greg, welcome. Greg Archer, welcome to the party. Hey guys, I grabbed the Spin Master Batman playset on sale Target for 30 bucks. But earlier found it on Amazon for 17. And the one with Superman plus a 3-pack, 85th anniversary move, Batman pack, TVC, and more. Okay, so there's some sales going on. If it's Cobra, then you will need a Cobra bat as the pilot. There you go. Hadn't thought of that. You're one step ahead of me. Pinker, welcome, Pinker. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, we chatted a little bit, right, in the TMNT, my Triceraton video. You left a comment. Several of you guys did. Thank you, thank you. TVC could learn from Jurassic World as well. Yeah, I'm really hoping, we've talked about this, Bob. I really hope that is what Mattel decides to do with the DC license, that they go to 3.75 and they use the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World as their, as their outline to bring the DC into that and give us some play sets, give us some, bigger characters, give us vehicles. I would love to see that. Timbo, welcome. Timbo, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while, but you did comment on one of my videos, so we did chat. I was just saying that about Pinker. We did chat in the comments not too long ago, so thank you for coming. So this idea I had for one of my next videos was, I've been mentioning this to you, is I have this huge Minton box collection in my garage. I've been pairing it out, and I've sold some of it. I've opened some of it in some of those videos you've seen here on the channel. I've opened other stuff that I didn't make videos of, but I think I might kind of do a tub, like a dumpster dive kind of a thing. I pulled down these tubs and I opened them, and the last one I opened, man, it was full of such good stuff. And I thought, maybe as dirty as my garage is, as unorganized as it is, maybe my next video is to show you this mess and open up one of those tubs and show you just the treasures that I've had in there. Because I've told you guys, I've been collecting for 25 years. So my Star Wars collection alone is crazy. This tub I opened, man, it had so much good stuff in it. I don't want to spoil it for you because I decided not to go through it right then. I put the lid back on and was like, I think this is a video that you guys would enjoy. McDowin, welcome. McDowin, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. First live stream I have been able to catch. Cool. Oh, okay. You've been in the replay club. I didn't know that. Thank you for coming. I watch your channel. That's very cool that you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Playsets need multiple levels and at least a trapdoor. Yeah. The digging up buried treasures. Yes. The digging up buried treasures. Yeah. Jurassic dinos are great, especially the Hammond collection. The characters I don't know, I don't love them. Yeah. I need to see the new movie. I haven't caught the new movie yet. That would be fun. Okay, exactly. Well, yeah. So I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm prefacing this now because I know more people will probably watch it than are here in the chat. My garage is a mess. All right, so don't judge me. And it's a lot better shape than it was. I've been recently moving stuff around, and I sold some furniture that was in there. I've sold some figures that I didn't want anymore. But it's massive. So I think what we'll do is that will probably be one of the videos I do this week. Like I said, that sweet spot is I try to do 2-3 videos a week. I do have to say though that my work schedule changed, or it will change this week. I was asked to change my schedule by the boss, and I could not say no. So I don't know how that's going to affect the channel. I've tried to do a video every 2 days. So they kind of broke up my schedule a little bit. So hopefully it doesn't affect any of the output that I've been doing, because I think for the last month or so I've been pretty consistent with about 3 videos a week, and it's been a lot of fun. And I mean, more of you guys are coming to the live stream. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the views and the likes and the comments. It's kind of like fuel to keep me going. That okay, that someone likes it. Someone wants to talk about what I want to talk about, so it keeps me in the game. So I'm hoping my little schedule change won't affect any of that. It shouldn't. If anything, I probably maybe couldn't do 3 videos a week. It'd be 2 or something like that. But I'm not going to stop or anything. But just want to let you guys know that. So go easy on me when you see my garage. Go easy on me if I only do 2 videos a week instead of 3. But I'm going to try really hard. I give you a 5 down dab. All right, cool. Cool. Diving in the tub sounds fun. All right, good. I'm glad you guys like that. I think it will be. Yeah, this last box I opened, I was like, man, there's so much good stuff in here, and I can't sell it, but I don't know if I can open it, but we'll see. Maybe you guys will, once you see what the stuff is, you'll say, you know what, open that, or maybe it's time to sell that one and make some money. We'll talk about it. I like a good tub dive. Good. I know, bro. All right. Okay, so that's been the last 2 weeks. That's kind of the look of the next 2 weeks. Hopefully you guys will stick around and watch. And probably we're all in the same situation. It's all good. All right. Good. All right. Toys like to breathe. Free the plastic. I know. There's that voice in me going, just open it. And then I go, but it's a lot of money, and I've been saving it for 15 years. And then they go, oh, just open it. So I think that's what's mostly going to happen. All right, so that was 2 weeks in the past. Looking 2 weeks ahead. Let's get to the news. There wasn't that much, and I know I'm skipping over some of it. This was just kind of the things that stuck out to me. If there's anything you want to talk about, drop it in the comments, and when I kind of run through this, we'll have time to go back. And I'll hang out as long as you guys do. So let's start. All right, guys. So I've mentioned this before, and I think I showed you one time my Kickstarters, all the Kickstarter things that I've backed. I am pretty heavily invested in the Beasts of the Cyberzoic, and they sent out an update this week, an email blast. And they also kind of directed you to their website, which, like Boss Fight Studio, has a news tab. But I'll admit that the Cyberzoic guys, Creative Beast Studios, they are much more up to date than Boss Fight. So they do update their news a lot more. And rather than show you that email, what really stuck out to me was this here. I'm actually in the process of tubbing some toys. Okay, yeah. That's cool. That's what you're gonna see, man. I've been tubbing toys for a long time, and I'm retubbing now, and I'm busting open some tubs I haven't looked in a long time. So this is right up your alley, Bjorn. It's great feeling knocking 100 pounds off the value of something simply by opening a toy. Yeah, I know this box, man. I opened it and I was like, oh, there's so many hits in there, and I've mentioned to you guys in the past when I didn't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money now. I just spend it. I'm choosier how I spend it. If I didn't have 2, I didn't open it. So these boxes are usually I have a double, or I don't, and that's it. Mint on card. So there was some stuff in there I didn't have doubles of, and so that's one of the reasons it makes it a little harder to open it. This figure looks good. Oh, I hadn't seen there was some news. Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I opened a Rowdy Roddy Piper G.I. Joe figure a few years ago. He is more fun out of the box than in it. I know. They are, huh? Yeah, I know. I already know that I'm probably going to open most of that stuff. Let's get back to this really quick. So, yeah, apparently in the description here, this figure, because the Kickstarter got so big, they decided not to put this one up in to put this one in the Kickstarter as a unlock, or a, you could purchase through the backer kit. He looks like he's a King Scarab here, Dragon Clan. He looks to me like he could go really well with those Boss Fight Studio, those kind of winged insect looking kind of figures that they have. This is the only one of color in this sort of artist sketching, these thumbnails. But this looks really cool. I am heavily invested in this line. I got all of the figures, the humanoid type figures. So this is one I probably will pick up, at least one or two. He looks really cool. They do mention that he will be going up sometime here. They're putting out an update tomorrow, so there will be an update tomorrow from these guys. But it said, where did it say? Originally teased for the Kickstarter. He was supposed to be part of the initial figure offering, but the numbers of items got out of hand pretty quick, so we put him off. But this alien cyborg is now in development and will be added to the Cyberzoic lineup next year. So I think once they start to fulfill all their orders, they're going to probably put this one up for pre-order, and I am all for it. I am going to probably try to grab this one. I trust these guys. I haven't gotten any of their products yet, but I'm pretty confident with what I've seen from the toy shows that they've attended, their website, the Kickstarter, how well it was run. I'm pretty confident that this is going to be, this is going to be good stuff here. Does Cyberzoic have both scales? I think it's mostly 118. They did a mammoth, a woolly mammoth, and that also came in 24th scale, which I think is a little bit smaller, right? But I think it's mostly 118. The dinosaurs, the Cyberzoic stuff, and then they're working, I think, with Eons, which was like on public television that they did science, but that they're partnered with the woolly mammoth on that one. I did get one little woolly mammoth, a 1/18 scale woolly mammoth. And I didn't pull that, but they did, and maybe it's here. They did release a schedule of things that are coming, and they should be fulfilling some of the Kickstarter pre-orders this year. So before the end of the year, I believe we will be getting some of this stuff finally. I don't care a lot for dinosaurs, but can't wait for the figures and see what they're like. Yeah, me too. Me too. The dinosaurs are expensive, and when my son was really into dinosaurs, I almost got him one because I was so curious. But he got out of dinosaurs right at that right time, and he had always, I think they try to do them very scientific accurate, so they're very bright colors, like parakeet type things, which they say dinosaurs are actually very colorful. I've heard that. And he actually, it was kind of like from my era where they're only like green or brown. Dinosaurs only green or brown, or some shade of green or brown, and maybe a little gray or blue. So he didn't really care for them because they were really bright colored, colorful. So I was like, I didn't have to buy one for him, but they're fairly expensive. 120, it's 275. Yeah, it's a little bit smaller, right? An inch, I guess, an inch off. Yeah. So yeah, look for this, a big update from these guys tomorrow, and they mentioned they're going to be fulfilling the parts of the Kickstarter here in piece. They're going to be piecemealing it, but they will be fulfilling parts of the Kickstarter before the end of the year. All right, let's move on. Joy Toy. Been kind of quiet with Joy Toy. If you're not collecting the 40K stuff, which I'm not, it's been a little bit quiet, which is fine. It's totally okay. But they released for pre-order these 5 Battle for the Stars Stellar Scar Assault Team. Our pictures here that we're looking at are from Cool Toys Club, or is it Cool Toys? Yeah, Cool Toys Club. Because I thought they had kind of the best photos, so these are kind of stock photos here. So 5 different commandos. Battle for the Stars, which they've kind of neglected a bit, the Battle of the Stars line, as I think they've been mostly focusing on the 40K stuff, and and the TMNT stuff, which I want to talk about a little bit later, and the pre-order for the SNK video game figures. So these came out. They look really good. I do really like how some of them look. I think this might be the female here. They look really good. I don't think I'm going to get any though. I've really had to, Joy Toy, I'm only doing the Turtles right now, and when those SNK guys come, I can't do everything. And the random Tyrannade Warhammer that I can find on AliExpress on clearance, I'm really not getting too many Joy Toy items right now. I just cannot collect all of these lines. Having said that, though, I am so tempted to grab one of these guys, probably this green one here, but I don't think I'm going to. But they look really good, and they're fairly reasonably priced, about $20 I think a piece. And it's Joy Toy, so it mix and match, and you can pop and swap, and you can this hand is going to fit on this body, and his head will fit on this body, and so. But I think this is a pass for me. But man, they do look really good. This guy's got like a Mandalorian looking helmet. The yellow one's your favorite. Me too. Would love to see another maintenance team set. Yeah. It does look like and that's the thing, right? I'm not a Joy Toy expert, but I'm imagining most of this is their own kit bashes, maybe one or two new pieces here or there. But that's kind of the beauty of their stuff, right? They can kit bash as much as we could to create their own characters, and here they did. Their tools library is vast, so these all look pretty good. Reasonably priced, Joy Toy quality, articulation, modern. But I don't think I can get any right now. This is a line I'm kind of staying away from. I really like that they gave this team unhelmeted options. Yeah, and they always have lots of gear. Yeah, they do have some pictures here, right, of them broken down. There's one right there. Hit it when it does that. There we go. But yeah, they're all broken down. Looks pretty good. Lots of gear, as always. Very cool. Very, very cool. By the way, I forgot I got one of my Hiya Vipers the other day, and another arrives from Crocmaster hopefully Monday. Awesome, Greg. Yeah, I got notification that my Croc and my Vipers are in the mail. They're on the way. I tracked them. They just left China or something, maybe last Friday, a couple days ago. But yeah, that's cool. It looks awesome. The Viper looks awesome, and the Crocodile. Fiona, she looks a lot bigger than I expected, which I like. But yeah, she looked really big, like longer and wider than I expected. So yeah, new Battle for the Stars figures. This is a line I feel like that they have kind of, they put a little, this is their own IP. They haven't really been pushing out as much stuff as they have. Isn't it usually right around this time too, the last 2 years they did the army builders that were like just cheaper, but their own kit bashes, but they were the army builders. I'm wondering if we're due to see some of those pretty soon too. Sentinel, welcome. MCR, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you made it. Those look great. I've never had anything from Joy Toy. I don't care for Warhammer, but they look good. The Viper looks great. Can't wait to see Crocky. Yeah. Joy Toy it's a fun line, and all of their stuff has been great. I think the Turtle stuff this year has been some of the best stuff. All right, so we talked about that. Let's move on a little bit. We'll talk a little Acid Rain real quick. What is it? I don't know how to say that. The Nuck and the Meridian. I think that's how you say that. The Meridian Enforcer and the Knuckleave Spectre. I don't know. I'm probably not saying that right. But Toys Alliance announced on their Instagram that these figures have arrived and that they will be shipping them out soon. I did pre-order these guys, so I am expecting to get some notification that they've been mailed soon. I bring this up because if you didn't pre-order them and you're kind of new to Toys Alliance or Pia Club, typically once they come in, once they start to fulfill their pre-orders, they will put what's left of the MOQ, whatever they have, onto Pia Club, and that will be your chance to get them if you're interested. So you didn't necessarily have to pre-order them, but they will typically, most of the figures, and I think this Nuck, the one with the red visor, I have a feeling he's going to sell out. So if you're interested at all to get these guys, I would keep an eye on Pia Club's website, because they will be probably coming up for order, not pre-order, but for order, once they start to fulfill the pre-orders, and that will be your chance. Both figures look pretty good. Like I said, I did grab them. They're both army builders, I think. Neither one has a name. They are pretty like grunt type soldiers. I did grab both of them, so if you're interested at all, I'd keep an eye on Pia Club. I check it every day. Grab them. I haven't got much Acid Rain this year, guys. It's one of my favorite lines, Annex 2179 actually, but I haven't got much this year. I really haven't. These feel a bit like Army Builders, but with more gear. Yeah, maybe, huh? Or are you talking about the Joy Toy stuff? But yeah, definitely Army Builders for these guys, and they look pretty good. I do like this about the Toys Alliance. They have their, every character has a story. They have a bio. I always make up my own though, but I do appreciate the thoughtfulness that someone's, creative, Kit Lau's creating this world with all these different little storylines. So all that stuff's there. I usually read it one time and I kind of forget it, because once they come, they go right into my world, and I drop them in there. That was a Joy Toy, yeah. I thought that was, yeah. Juggalo, hey, yo, happy Sunday. Thank you, Juggalo. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, awesome to see you here. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up. I just want to talk about it, let you guys know, in case you missed the pre-order. There's your second chance. So it's Malcolm, right? I always want to call him Chad for some reason, but Malcolm, Beta Ray Bob and Outer had Malcolm on their channel a couple weeks ago. Tomorrow is the launch day for the 30 in 25, the 30 figure here. This O-ring figure, classic O-ring construction. The Kickstarter is supposedly just this one figure with stretch goals. I don't know what they will be though, but this is launching tomorrow. I am probably going to back it for probably 2 figures, get 2 of them. I did back the other Kickstarter that he did when it was the kind of a whole wave of figures from this world that he's created. So I have, Malcolm, there it is, yeah, right there, Malcolm Zedek. I am following this, so I'll probably get a notification tomorrow morning that this is out. Yeah, 30, I know, she looks good, huh? Yeah, guys, even I know some of you guys, you do modern, right, when you don't do O-rings, but I feel like, and this was very smart of Malcolm, this could be a civilian, she could be a teenager. This could work with other stuff because of the design of her. So I think, if you're on the fence a little bit, it's one figure. I'm hoping that means it's going to be very inexpensive to get into the campaign, say $20. And I hope that, you guys will back it. I'd like to see this guy, one of these Kickstarters, go through, because I like his designs. I like hearing him. He seems like a good guy. I'd like to see Acid Rain with Metroid IP. Yeah, Yeah, that would fit into their aesthetic, right? What site are they at? Are you talking about the Acid Rain stuff? That is Pia Club, and I closed the tab. I can try to drop it in there for you. The Acid Rain. Um, yeah, Greg, let me try to do that for you. Pia Club. Let me drop that in here. This is it. Cut that. Boom. And I'll drop it right here. So yeah, I think these will probably be up in a few days once they start to fulfill those orders. I bought my first Metroid figure a few days ago. Attack Specific, yeah, I got that figure, and I said the name wrong, and I got killed in the comments for it. But I was like, okay, well, oh well. It's Samus, right? I think I said Seamus, and I got killed. But yeah, that's a good figure. That one's really fun, right, Greg? PA Club or BBTS. That's another one, yeah, for Toys Alliance. Yeah, that's true. I'll be back in 30. Oh, good, Bob. I figured you would. Third time's a charm. Yep, she could be so much. Yeah, she could be so much. She really could. Yeah, I think it's a good design, and that's when you know something is a good design because it's versatile, right? And you can use it for different things, and it should appeal to a broader audience. And I think this figure does. You know, she's a female. How she's dressed, and even like her little accessories, their skateboard. There's not a lot of skateboards. I think I have one from a Miles Morales Epic Hero that fits 375 118, but it's just a good choice. Very cool. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, this is gonna launch tomorrow. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's like $20. I hope it's not too much more than that. Because I think if it's 20 or less, more people will be inclined to, oh, okay, I'll get one. I'll give it a try. And hopefully what he needs isn't, $60,000. We need more women O-ring figures. Yeah, we do. Okay, so as one Kickstarter starts, right, another one ends. Or is it the other way around? When one ends, another one starts. So unfortunately, this one, we didn't think it would. We talked about this a couple times for the last month or so. Unfortunately, the Heavy Armor Toys International Freedom Force, it did not fund. And it got about 13,500, which I thought was it was doable. I thought it would be about 13. I think when we talked about it 2 weeks ago, I said something like maybe it'll get to 13. And it got a little over 13. And they did send out an email update that I very quickly read. I just saw it an hour ago. That they're going to still, maybe not another Kickstarter, but they're still going to be working and making figures, and more power to them. I mentioned to you guys I did get their In the Navy figure, and it was really good. It was a good figure. For not knowing anything about these guys, I thought the quality of the figure was the good plastic. It was on time. They for a small time company like this, they did really well. Sad that didn't win. Yeah, I know it is sad. There was a couple really good figures in there, and I'm hoping they come back. Yeah, these look pretty good. That's a shame. Yeah, it is. And I used my little what audience we have here I tried to help them as much as I could, and and I backed it. You guys saw I backed it for like $100, which was a lot, but it didn't make it. But next time. Thought it was pronounced Seamus too. Yeah, I know. I got killed in the comments, man. That's some real trolls. I had to take some of it down. Some of them were pretty mean. But it was funny. I kind of got a kick out of it just because I didn't realize you could push by saying, by mispronouncing the name of a fictional character, that you're pushing some people's buttons without knowing it. So I guess I felt in the end I was kind of like, well, I'm glad it bugged you that much because that's really rude to talk like that. Hey, have you or anyone seen or heard about a new figure? It's a mermaid that transforms into a harpy. I hear it's downloadable and printable, but I couldn't make out the name. I have not heard about that. That's interesting, though. Yeah, World War Hell might have hurt them a little. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe it will send the message enough with the O-rings. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why Malcolm, he's probably smarter because he's like, look, it's one figure. Hopefully it's, it's not more than 13,000 that he's after. Because I think this is kind of a safer number. But I don't know. I have no idea how the cost of how things, but I do believe he's pretty far along with that 30 because it was in the last Kickstarter. So, and he obviously has pictures of it already. So he has a prototype. He has it sculpted and painted. And so hopefully he's far enough along that he doesn't need as much, to this Kickstarter that, he's probably already invested a lot of his own funds into it. Never enough with the O-ring. See, some people just love O-ring, and that's cool. I'm like in the middle. I like some of it. I don't like some of it. Okay, so I just had to put this in there. I don't know if you guys saw this one. I backed it for $20, man. I'm in for $20. This is a little 3.75 little teddy bear monster. Let's Hunt Monsters. Comes with all you see here. This was a really small Kickstarter, so I don't know how big or how far this is going to go. It's already surpassed its goal. I think it's just one guy making them. He's probably printing them or casting them in his garage. But it is to scale, and scale is the most important thing to me. Mr. Button the Teddy Bear. I saw this, and it's not in my wheelhouse, but it's so funny. And like I said, it's $20. And it already funded when I backed it. It's going to happen. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it. I thought I would share it with you guys. I don't know. I don't know who this is. I don't know anything about him. But I've always say scale's the most important thing to me. So if it's in scale, then I'm willing, to try it. So Seamus is pronounced Sharmus and is slang for private eye. Seamus is the Irish pronounced Seamus. I don't even know if I read that right. Thank you, Ian. Never enough. Singing Never Enough from The Greatest Showman. Right, there you go. Let's get Hunt Monsters is interesting. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's so silly. But you can see here is it to scale with one of those newer turtles that was out for the last movie. I think it was the last Mutant Mayhem. And he mentions right here it's a 3.75-inch figure. It's only 5 points though, but it does, if you saw there, it does come with some extra arms, some weapons. Yeah, guys, I thought it was funny. I put it in here. I don't know much about it. It's already funded. It's only 4 days left if you've got $20. I think it's 26 with shipping. There's actually other stuff too, like add-ons. You can see, I think this is how it's going to come. There's other little ones. They're little cute little guys. I don't know if these have unlocked. But they do have add-ons when you go to check out that you can throw in some of these other little guys. I just thought I'd share this with you guys. I know it's not Acid Rain, right? It's not the Vintage Collection. Thought it was fun. And I always say it's about having fun. And this made me smile, so I was like, okay, like, you got me, So I just wanted to show it to you. Will there be monsters to hunt? I don't know. There's a comic book. I know there was a comic book when I checked out. There's a whole story. This guy's got a whole story. But I did, I was like, I'm only in this for $20. I'm sure I could go back and get the magazine later, or the comic book. Mr. Buttons, Let's Hunt Monsters. Yeah. Just put it out there, guys. Where else are you going to find out about this cool stuff but on my channel, right? Fun and to scale, definitely not TV Jurassic Ring. No, it's to scale. He says it's 3.75 here, so I believe the guy. I've not heard of that one. Okay, yeah. I think too it had already backed, so I was like, okay, yeah, it's already backed. It won't hurt to. It's gonna happen, so I might as well. So let's just get one. Let's just get one. All right, so that was. I don't know how much more time we spend on it. It's kind of. I don't even know if I should do that. Yeah, I mean, some of it's silly. I mean, if you're into, you know, it's anamorphic, right? But it's like on the scale of like silly. It's not serious. And I usually only collect like, you know, military stuff or superhero stuff, which is, I guess that's silly too. But I just had to put it out there. I just had to get it out there. Yeah, you're welcome, McDowell. You're welcome. It's definitely not TV series. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much. I almost feel embarrassed sharing that I like that with you guys, but that's what this is about, right? We all like different things. Let me refresh this. So, HasLab. I saw that the Hasbro team they were in Canada, right, yesterday, in the last couple days at the Fan Expo, and they had the gunship on display there. They were answering questions about the gunship. Not quite halfway there though, and we've got just over 2 weeks, guys. I think it's gonna fund. I still think it's gonna fund. But I tell you, every day passes and it's not up to 6,000 or 7,000, my doubt grows a little bit more every day. So just like that clock is ticking down there on the screen, that's kind of how I'm feeling about that this is going to fund. I'm losing every second. I'm kind of losing a little bit. I'm not sure this is going to go through. I feel like in the especially the Star Wars community, because I've mentioned to you guys, TVC is my favorite line to collect. I feel like there's been a little bit of, what is it, like collector dishonesty. That's how I'm going to frame it. Kind of like when someone says they're mentally dishonest or they're emotionally dishonest. I feel like there's been some collector dishonesty, because even the folks that have already backed it, and if you have, that's cool. That's great. I want to, but I can't make myself do this one. The one thing that they're leaving out is this was just, I think, a poor pick for the HasLab. It looks great. It's 20% bigger. I've read all the stuff. I've watched all the videos. But even the people that are backing it, they won't just be honest and say, you know what, it's not a good HasLab. You're right. I still want it. I still like it. I'm still going to get it. But you're right. It's a poor choice of a HasLab. Because I think that's what it is. It's just a poor choice for the HasLab as a dream item. You know, the Ghost never had a Ghost before. Razor Crest never had a Razor Crest before. The Sail Barge never had a Sail Barge. The Cantina, there was the old cardboard I have it from the 70s. Not close to what this new Cantina they're giving us. I just don't think this was a good choice for a HasLab. But I want it to back. I always want to see the TVC do well. But I just don't think I'm going to back it. And I feel like there's some dishonesty when guys are just like, oh, you got to do it. It's going to be better. And it is, but I preface it by saying, yeah, I wish it was something else, but I'm still going to get it. You know, like, but people aren't really doing that. They're just like, you should do it. Here's why you should back it. Here's the 10 reasons why, the bullet points. Like everyone's in sales mode. And that's cool. That's cool. I've been on the other side of that when I backed it and didn't care. I was like, well, I backed it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. But this one, I feel like it just wasn't a good choice for which item. It'll fun. I backed one. Good for you, Greg. It looks awesome. I don't think it'll. Okay, so it'll fund, and I don't think it'll fund back to back there. Yeah, see, like I said, my clock is ticking on here. I'm going, man, it's pretty low for how much time is left. Same deal as the Snowcat, and that one didn't at the very end. It almost unlocked everything but the last tier, I think, right? So I think it will fund, and then hopefully I can pick some Clone Wars versions on the cheap. Yeah. When we go into my garage, and I do that video, I've got one of those Legacy Collection one in there that I haven't opened yet, so I'm really tempted to open it now. In all honesty, they're quickly running out of HasLab Worthy of Eagles. That's a good point. And you know, this is kind of it's a personal thing, right? It's like, well, what's a dream item to you? You know, what's a dream item to you might not be to someone else. So what's the dream of everyone? You know, that's really hard to pick. But they were pretty much 4 for 4 until this one, I think. So they're 4 for 5. That's still a pretty good batting average if you guys like baseball. 4 for 5, that's pretty good, right? You know, what is that, 80%? That's pretty good. The only part of the gunship that interests me are the Jedi stretch goals, but not 500 interested. Yeah, this isn't even halfway. Yeah, that's what's giving me doubt. It's not even halfway yet, but we still got just about 2 weeks. This is super crazy idea. Every other HasLab's been a unique, iconic ship replaced, and this is a true builder of a vehicle. Yeah, fully unlocked. Oh, it did fully unlock. Okay, it unlocked. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it didn't reach that final one. So that's cool. Good for them. Every time I see the classified stuff, I go, man, I would buy all of it if it was in my scale. But that's why I collect the highest stuff. The Marauder might have been a HasLab that finally forced me to back in. Okay. Yeah, I know. You know, I was thinking about you, Ian, the other day because I was telling my son, I was like, we need to go back and watch The Bad Batch again. Just binge it, the whole thing. Because it was good, and it's been off long enough now that I need to rewatch it. And it's way too expensive for the features you get. Look at the Razor Crest and what you got. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see. We'll be back for this show in 2 weeks, and I think that will make this right about 1 day left, or less than 24 hours. So we'll know, right? We'll know. But I still think it's gonna fund. But I just don't know. You know, and I don't think I can support this one myself. All right. Okay, so now, and maybe I want to bring we're kind of getting to my topic now, loosely. I'll say it loosely. It's a conversation. Go all in and binge Clone Wars, then The Bad Batch. Yeah, I love the Clone Wars. I've seen the Clone Wars so many times, but yeah, it's so good. But I don't know. I've only seen The Bad Batch all the way through one time. We'll see. But thank you for the suggestion, Bob. So very loosely, topic conversation. I do like the Razor Crest. It's one of the only HasLabs I have a tinge of regret for missing. Yeah, I think it's still my favorite, actually. Even over the Sail Barge. I love the Ghost. But the Razor Crest, just so nice. And hopefully I've seen people starting to get their cantinas. But I haven't got any shipment notification. I haven't got anything. And when I got the Ghost, it literally showed up at the house. And a few hours later, I got an email saying it left the building, like from Hasbro, like it left Nantucket or wherever they are back east. But it had already been up to my house like an hour earlier. So they never really sent me tracking or anything. So I'm kind of on the lookout now that it might just show up, the cantina. Need to watch at least Clone Wars Season 7, which had the Bad Batch debut. Okay. Great suggestion. I wish the Star Wars tales were longer and ongoing. Yeah, that's a good one too, Rocket. Yeah, Bad Batch is better. Oh, you think Bad Batch was better than Clone Wars? Ah, that's a good debate. That's a good debate. I love them both. I love them both so much. I don't know. I don't know. I love Clone Wars. So many good memories watching Clone Wars. All right, so what I wanted to talk about, and like I said, maybe some of you know, and so this is informative. This will be informative. With my last, I just received Wave 6 here of these TMNT. I just got them a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago. I got them. They're sitting over here. They have now, Joy Toy, they have fulfilled all of the pre-orders for all of the figures now. All of these have been out. All of these are available to order. They don't have any on pre-order right now. I'm a little worried about that because I love this line. And I'm wondering if the line's over or, Joy Toy is so prolific with putting out the pre-orders and giving you a chance to, and staggering them. We should have gotten a pre-order already before Wave 6 hit us. I'm hoping that this line is still going. Do you guys know anything about this? This line seemed to be very, very successful bringing in people that don't really collect 118, but they love turtles, and people that collect 112, recognizing the scale, how good our scale can be when done correctly. Do you guys know anything about this? Tough choice, though. It's a very tough choice. I second that. Bad Batch was the best. Whoa, I'm surprised. I think I'm a Clone Wars guy. I think. I didn't see all the Clone Wars shows. Oh, you didn't? Well, you got some watching to do, but you're going to have a great time. You're going to love it. I love the Joy Toys so much. I hope they do them all. Yeah, and I'm curious, is it over? Because they should have put out we should have pre-ordered a Wave 7 already. Because all of these were so staggered. We got one and there was one for pre-order. We got that one and there was another one for pre-order. There's no pre-orders. They fulfilled all of the pre-orders and there's no figures now left. I mean, there's so many characters. This is such a rich world. I hope it's not over. I mean, I'll be super sad. I'll be really sad if this line is done, because this line has been so good. This is a line, I always wanted turtles at 118, and I finally got them. At 46 years old, I finally got them, and I'll be really sad if this is the end of the line. Hopefully, they're just taking a break or something else jumped the line, or. I didn't see all the clones. Have not seen any new. Yeah, McDowell, you probably have more contact, than I do. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. The Triceratons, that last video I did on the Triceratons, the figures have even gotten better. I haven't opened my Wave 6 stuff yet. I mean, I think there was a couple figures that were just pretty good. Like the Shredder. I really like the Shredder, but he wasn't as good as the Triceratons or Bebop and Rocksteady. In a good line, there's always going to be some kind of an average figure. And they had a couple average, but for the most part, they were terrific. All of them. I don't think there was a bad one. There was the couple that were just pretty average. Good figures, though. Finally got a Shredder at 118, though. I'm currently nearing the end of Mando Season 3. My next rewatch will be Clone Wars Bad Batch Rebels. That's a good... yeah. I was hoping Joy Toy would do these. Alien Kids. Oh, yeah. Shoot. I forgot their names now, too. It'll come to me. Yeah, I was hoping they'd do them, too. I mean, they've done the mains, right? They still do those kids. Baxter, the scientist Baxter Stockman. Um, who else? There's a few more mutants, right? Um, can't think of any. Oh, the other reporter, the cameraman, April's cameraman. I like an animated Star Wars series during the original trilogy. I know. It's been pretty quiet on the Star Wars front altogether, hasn't it? Shudder seemed to be different style than all the others. It seemed most were upgraded modern style cartoon. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really like the Shredder. I think he wasn't quite as mobile, though, maybe because of the hood. Is that a fireman bear? Oh, he is a digger. He comes with this wheelbarrow. I think is he a mole? I'm not even sure what he is. Yeah, he's got a mining cap on. Yeah, I haven't opened these guys yet. I might do a video on them. But yeah, this is kind of the end. I don't know what happened to the line. They haven't said. That's I always say this when these companies get new IPs. There's this big hoopla. We got boss fight. We're doing Hellboy. They put. We'll talk about that in a second. But when they lose a line or a line ends, silence. You don't hear anything. It just one day you're like they're gone. And this actually is why this dawned on me because I got those and was like, awesome. What's next? And I looked and I thought there is nothing next. They haven't announced anything next. There's no pre-orders. There's no announcement. I don't know, guys. I hope the line's not gone. It seemed to be very successful. At least, I'm probably not the best judge because I'm in the two. I watch all the videos and stuff, just probably like you guys do, and everyone seemed to be super happy with all this stuff and it bringing in people into the scale, people that never gotten Joy Toy products before. But I don't know what happened. I'm hoping that maybe it's just a hiatus because they're going to focus on those SNK figures. I don't think there's ever been a time like this where there hasn't been a Warhammer pre-order, right? There's always a Warhammer coming out and a pre-order though there's probably a lot more characters in Warhammer, but I haven't heard anything about this, so I'm a little worried. And I'll be sad if it's gone. Joy Toy Team were first announced in May 24. Seems too soon for the license to end. It seems too successful to stop. Maybe just a breather. That's what I'm hoping. Oh, yeah. Usagi Yojimbo. That would be a great figure. Mondo Gecko, Pandacon, Ace Duck. There you go. See, McDowell knows all the characters. Yeah, all those would be awesome. This was my first real jump in the Joy Toy. This led me to buy the Romans. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Romans are cool. I've got a couple of those. I didn't... That's another one of those things. I forgot what were they calling that line. It was like... It had its own name. And they didn't really put any out this year. And the other line, too, that I really like, it was the Chinese, heroes, legend kind of, oh man, what were they called? Dark Sources, the Dark Sources line. They stopped doing those too. It seemed like they stopped doing Battle for the Stars for a while, and then here we got 5 new pre-orders this week. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, the Warhammer stuff doesn't seem to have any slowdown, but that's probably their most popular line. But I thought this one, like all those things you said, Jeff, all those things, seems too successful to stop. It's got to be. I'm hoping it's got to be just maybe a factory thing or a. But I would think they would still put things up for pre-order, right? Because most of these, unlike Big Bad or Hasbro Pulse, they charge you up front. So they take the money. So I'm sure they take that money and it helps they already recoup a lot of the cost or some of the cost before the figures are even done. So I would think they would want to keep that kind of that money flow going. Factory delay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe, their main focus is Warhammer. It seems like it is. It seems like it is. I highly doubt that they would give the Warhammer guys a break like it feels like they're doing here with us and the Turtles. But yeah, all of these figures, all these pre-orders are fulfilled now, with nothing, on the horizon. So I'll be keeping an eye on this, because I really have enjoyed this line. And I could say, and I mentioned this when I was talking about like my favorite army builders of the year with the Triceratons and the Snow Trooper, the Vintage Collection Snow Trooper. Right now, for me, I think my two favorite lines of this year so far have been the Turtles and the Vintage Collection. There's still 4 months to go. It could change. If that Cobra the Viper shows up and the Crocmaster show up and they might jump to the front. But I haven't got that much Hiya Joes this year. But this line's been very consistent. And so has the Vintage Collection. So those are kind of my front runners right now for favorite lines of the year. As I've learned with Jazzwares, nothing surprises me from a company anymore. Yeah, Jazzwares too. Yeah, I know. We need Baxter Stockman and Rat King. There's another one, Rat King. Yeah, that would be a good one too. Yeah. There's still some figures to go. Like, I know with, like, say, Street Fighter, right? Or that's not a good example. There are some IPs that Metroid. That's a good one. There's only a couple figures they can really do for a Metroid line, right? You can get the hero, a couple different costumes, and maybe one or two bad guys or something. This line is rich. There's a lot of characters still to be done. So let's hope it's not the end. Still no Marauders update. Yeah, still no Marauders update. That's true. I had when I was telling you guys earlier about I had the Batwing, and I was thinking about doing like a G.I. Joe. I had brought out a couple of my Marauders figures. I made Cobra Troopers to they were guarding it for a while. That might be another photo shoot that I do, maybe for Instagram. Because I just had this whole kind of story play out in my head of, Destro shows up at the secret facility to check on the status of their new fighter, their new stealth fighter. And I told you guys at night I usually watch a lot of cartoons before I go to bed, and I was watching the G.I. Joe Pyramid of Darkness, that series that Hasbro's been playing. And so I think a G.I. Joe was on my mind, even though I was playing with Batman toys. And so, yeah, I know, weird. That's one of my head stories. All right, so let's switch cameras real quick. All right, so let's see, we've been going a little over an hour. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? I can bring back the other screen if there's something you guys want to pull up and talk about. Because that's kind of all I had. I know I skipped some stuff. But I gotta condense it a little bit, and I do want to have a kind of an open time for you guys if you have any questions or if there's something that you want to talk about in a group here. But that was kind of the show for me. I do think I'm going to do that video. I'm going to show you guys some of the tubs. I'm going to show you the garage. Remember, don't go, holy crap, his garage is a mess. Because it is. It is a mess. It's an organized mess. But I will be doing that video probably here. I'll probably put it out on Tuesday night. If I do, this is Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday. So every 2 days, that's kind of my flow. I try to do every 2 days. So, great show. Thank you, Bjorn. Thank you. Federation Force soldiers, space pirates, bosses like Ridley and Kraid, scientist zombies, and of course Metroid's Zero Suit. I'm not gonna say that name. Sloan would sell crazy. I will just toss this out. Don't forget to pre-order the awesome Eagle Force figures. Oh, there you go. Yeah, man, I'm in deep on that one. It's a good thing they didn't charge me because I've been cutting back. But that Eagle Force, I made sure I got everything that I wanted in the quantities that I wanted, and I can't wait for that stuff. I cannot wait. Yeah, you're one of the first people that I saw that had them and did reviews on them, so I know you like them too. Yeah, though they're great figures. And does anyone have an update from? Has anyone heard about? Oh man, is it Hellman? Bob, you kind of introduced him into my world. The guy who was working with Eagle Force for those kind of American team that were based on Eagle Force Bucks. Has anybody heard if that's coming? Because I thought he said it was before the end of the year there was going to be a pre-order for those. Freedom Force? Is that what it was called? Leaving aside any current toy lines, what would you say is your favorite 375, 118 line of the past? Of the past, it was probably G.I. Joe in Star Wars. It's always kind of been G.I. Joe and Star Wars. I was just talking to my mom earlier today because we were talking about an uncle passed away many years ago. And we had gone over to his house for Thanksgiving one time. And for some reason they played the G.I. Joe, one of the movies, on Thanksgiving night. And I had forgotten it was on, but I was so hyped up for it. And when I got to the party, I begged my uncle to put it on, and he wouldn't put it on. And I finally talked one of my older cousins into turning on the G.I. Joe, the movie. And he turned it on literally when the credits just started rolling, so I missed the whole thing. But I always remember that Thanksgiving because of that. But I was so in love with G.I. Joe. Star Wars had kind of ended. Return of the Jedi was, but I still played with all the figures with my Joes. But G.I. Joe kind of jumped to number one at that time. So probably G.I. Joe. Ed Hellman, that's his name, yeah. Marvel Universe, yeah, Will, I know you're a big Marvel guy. Rumor is later this fall. Okay. Yeah, Liberty Legion. What did I say? Freedom Force? That's probably something else. Maybe that was the heavy armor? I don't know where Freedom Force came from. Liberty Legion. No update on Shields of Liberty yet, but possibly news on this soon. Cool. Yeah, because that's another pre-order from Big Bad. Or actually, he said they wouldn't be pre-orders, right? They're going to come in stock, I think. I think that's how he said it. So I've been on the lookout for those. His Instagram page, I start it. You know what I mean? So it'll come to the top of my feed, or it'll get an alert, because I'm worried that those ones might sell out before I get a chance to grab them. So that has been on my mind. But yeah, to answer your question, Ian, I think it was probably G.I. Joe and Star Wars. It kind of flip-flopped. I was a big Transformer kid too. I really loved Transformers. But as an adult, I haven't really... I don't feel connected to them for some reason. I did open my other Blocky though. And I got... Shout out to Sentinel if you're still here. I got the Sentinel Prime. I thought of Sentinel when I opened it. I said, oh, it's Sentinel Prime. Sentinel would like this. MCR. But I tend to like Transformers that don't transform now. And I only have a few. But Transformers, I was really big into Transformers as a kid too. It's one of my favorite lines when I was a kid. I think new stuff, Shields of Liberty, will be sold directly. Oh, okay, from his own store. Okay. Bullet Man, Sky Pirates. Oh, okay, so it's actually going to be split. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. There was let me see if I can find it. There was a Kickstarter that has been in the works for several years, and I've given this guy a lot of money. I messaged him not too long ago and said, "Hey, what's going on with that?" He said, "Oh, we're gonna launching a Kickstarter here any day now." See if you guys remember this one. Here, I'm gonna share my screen really quick. This guy right here. Have you guys remember this one? This was a couple of years ago now. The Edge Blaine action figure. This guy had like a pre-order, and I pre-ordered these, probably like 120 bucks, and nothing ever happened. And I was digging through my old emails and was like, "Yeah, man, I gave this guy all my money. Where's my figure?" So I emailed him, and he emailed me back and said, "Hey, I'm doing a Kickstarter for the rest of the funding." But in my mind, I was like, "I already gave you like 100 bucks, and he still needs to Kickstarter the rest." It says launching soon, but it's been saying launching soon for this whole year. You guys know anything about this? It's coming back? Okay. I hope so. I've already given the guy like 120 bucks or something. Transformers that don't transform. Sorry. Yeah, I'm too old now. It's too hard. I can't figure it out. The newest wave of blockies has a thigh cut. Very cool. Yeah, I'm happy with the 2 blockies I got. I almost got another one the other day, but I was like, I don't collect Transformers, but their scale's so right with my 375, my 118. Like, I want to use them, but it's another line. Can't collect everything. Edge is coming back soon. Yeah, I hope so. This figure looked really good. I mean, this looks really good. Here, if you guys don't, if you're not following this one, please do. So I'll put this in here so you guys can, in case you know, oh, it's not working. There it goes. He said on his tank launching live August 30th. Okay, so next week. There we go. You heard it from MacDown. I totally believe you. I also pre-ordered the figure years and years and years ago. Yeah, I think I was trying to be kind of generous because I didn't want to overdo it, but I think it's been like 2 years. It might even be a little bit longer. But he took the money. I know it because I have the receipt. I think it was like $125 for 3 of them or something like that. But it looks fantastic, doesn't it? I mean, this looks awesome. It's modern figure with modern articulation. You see here it comes with the extra head, a couple guns, lots of hands. It's on a cool, I love the old school bubble card back. You know, it's got the, so it looks awesome, but it's been a couple years. And I thought when I was pre-ordering it that he was in the process of making them. I don't remember it saying, "Hey, I'm going to do a Kickstarter in 2 years. Go ahead and pre-order it now." Because do I have to back this Kickstarter to, because I've already given him the money. Is that already included in here? Like, I have questions. But at the end of the day, I just want the figure. You know, I just want the figures. I've gone this long without the money. I can go a little bit longer. I just want the figures. But they look awesome. This figure looks awesome. I thought there was like a blue one or something too. I could be wrong. It's been a long time. But the figure looks really cool. He looks like he can work with anything. You know, G.I. Joe, Marvel. He could be sci-fi. Very cool looking figure though. I'm glad I brought this up. I almost wasn't going to bring it up. So I never want anything on my channel. I never want to go negative, and I didn't want to badmouth this guy or anything. But in order to, like MacDowan sharing that information, if I wouldn't have brought it up just now, I wouldn't have found that out. I feel a lot better now knowing he said August 30th. So hey, it's one more week. So that's cool. I'm glad always gotta try to be careful. May of 23. There you go. Yeah. So it's over 2 years now. Yeah. That's about right. But not enough people pre-ordered it to manufacture. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Those of us that have already pre-ordered it do not have to back it on Kickstarter. Good. That's what I wanted to know. That's what had me worried, was like, I already backed it. Like I already pre-ordered it. He still needs a Kickstarter. Does that mean I won't get them? I'm assuming if the Kickstarter doesn't fund, then I'll get a refund. But I have a hard time believing he hasn't spent that money already. But you know, that I need to glass half full. Glass half full. Maybe, maybe it's just a matter of time now. But yeah, it's been like 2 years. Marvin still has our info. Good. Good. Marvin Wynn. Yeah. Yeah, he did get right back to me too. I'll say I emailed him, and less than an hour, maybe less than 40 minutes, he emailed me right back. I was like, wow, he's right there. I haven't got that kind of response since I emailed Fresh Monkey Fiction Bill, and he got right back to me. I was shocked. Like 10 minutes later. If the Kickstarter doesn't fund, then we will have more questions for him. Yeah. Yeah. Nearly 3:30 a.m. here. Oh, Ian, yes. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I always appreciate all your comments and for stopping by. And you are always welcome here. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, Ian. You're a soldier for staying up that late. Just to hear me. But it's not just me, right? It's you guys too. Can't do the show without you guys. I mean, I could talk to myself, and I do actually. You know, I do talk to myself a lot, but it's so much more fun when you're talking to people. But yeah, I'm glad I brought that up now, McDowell. I haven't gone to his tank in a long time. I haven't looked at the website or anything. And I'm glad I brought up the Ed Hellman, the Liberty Legion. So I didn't know about that either. And you know, we as a collective, you know, we are all resources and we all track different things in different ways. That's why I always say when I do this news thing, it's just kind of the stuff that stuck out to me. Some of this, you know, some of you are probably like, I don't care about that. But then maybe there was something else that somebody else liked, you know. And I mean, we went through the I like O-rings, I don't like O-rings, you know. We had it all, right? There's always, everyone has different tastes. So I know I don't talk about all the news, but I try to, I'm a little bit biased, right? So I get to kind of pick. We can help each other. We can. All right, guys. So I think that's the show. Very informative, this one. Thank you guys for participating. And those that didn't, it's okay. I've watched a lot of live streams and I've never commented. I've always been in the background. So if you're watching and didn't comment, thank you for watching. And you guys that did comment and participated, thank you. I think this was for one of the best live streams I think we've had. A lot of interaction, a lot of comments. I like that. Keeps it going, you know. And I do appreciate it. So thank you all for coming. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep an eye on the channel. I'm going to drop that video probably around Tuesday night, Wednesday. Don't laugh at my garage. But I think you'll like the treasures that we pull out. And we'll talk. Let me know in the comments, you know, what you think I should do. Open it, sell it, keep it mint. Because there's some good stuff in there. There's some really good stuff in there. Yes, Jeff, thank you. Cheers. Thank you, Bob. I'm going to go catch your show here tonight. Rocket Will, McDowan, Ian said goodbye, Tech49. Thank you. You know there's more of you, Bjorn. Oh, man, I'm going to miss some of you, and I'm going to regret it later. MCR, Sentinel, Juggalo, Greg. Thank you, guys. I know I'm missing someone. Don't be mad, Greg. Down. I'm trying to spin through this really quick. Bob. I said Bob, didn't I? If I didn't, shout out to Bob. You're a great guy, Bob. Thank you so much for all your help. All right, guys. I will see you next time. Message me if you want to anytime on Instagram. You can DM me there. You leave a comment. I try to answer every single one. I've been really paying attention because YouTube's not notifying me anymore. So I've been going in and checking all my new videos. If someone left a comment on a video that's really old, I probably missed it. So I apologize if you did. It's harder to check ones. I have a lot of videos now. surprised I had like over 200 videos, and it's like, wow, I don't remember doing that many, but it's been a lot of fun. But thank you so much, guys. I'm just rambling on now. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.